Hey there, Libra. Welcome back to Tarot with Kat. I'm Kat. I'm here every Wednesday doing tarot readings for all the air and water signs, and every Monday for all the earth and fire signs. So welcome to you, Libra. All right, this will be the reading for Libra for the week of November 5th through the 12th. And let's think about some of the things that we have going on astrologically. First of all, we've got this full moon in Taurus, super moon, today on the 5th. It's going to bring a lot of like big endings and really calling into question all those things that you value and making us do really deep self-assessments like that. We've got Mars entering Sagittarius yesterday. Injects a lot of fire, desire for expansion. But we also have Uranus in opposition, so there might be surprises, restlessness. That's Uranus. So Venus is going to enter Scorpio tomorrow, November 6th. That's going to intensify emotional connections, values, power dynamics, inner world of desire. And then Uranus retrograde is going to re-enter Taurus on the 7th, day after tomorrow. And so that's going to be starting to invite reevaluation of things. So we've had this huge forward momentum thrust that a lot of us have felt. And now we're beginning to have some planets starting to go back into their orbits and in retrograde. And by mid-November, end of November, in these readings, we're going to have 5, 6 planets all in retrograde. So it's going to kind of feel like you're maybe trying to walk through quicksand a little bit during that time. For air signs like you, Libra, this week, the cosmic energy is all about clarity, communication, and choice. The full moon in Taurus is going to challenge you to ask, what do I really value? What support or structure do I rely on? And Mars in Sagittarius is going to urge action, but with Uranus opposing you, you might feel sudden urges or disruptions. So it's going to be a tricky time in that regard. Libra, for you, shared finances, collaborative work, or emotional investments may come into focus under this Taurus full moon right now. And then Venus in Scorpio is going to deepen your desire for some authentic connections with people. But you may have power dynamics surfacing. So that might be something you need to navigate this week. Now let's see what the tarot has to say for you, shall we, Libra? This is the reading for Libra for the week of November 5th through the 12th. I am using the Centennial Smith-Waite deck this week. Links to all the decks I use, as well as other information. You could buy me a coffee if you are so inclined. There's a link to support me and my channel, and there you are this week. You're coming up as the Death card this week, Libra. What an amazing card for those transformations that I'm talking about. So crossing you this week, Libra, is the Four of Swords. Down here in your subconscious tool chest is the Six of Pentacles. In your immediate past, you're coming out of a Nine of Swords. Crowning you is the Hanged Man. Stepping into your immediate future, mid-November, the Devil. You and your environment this week are feeling a Five of Pentacles. The environment itself is a Knight of Pentacles. Excuse me. I'm just recovering from a really bad flu. Your hopes and fears here is this High Priestess, and I'm sure that's your hopes, the High Priestess. And final potential outcome for you is this beautiful Chariot. Wow, what a beautiful spread. Lots of major arcana. We've been getting a lot of those in all of my readings lately. We're going to pull one more card from my holographic Rider-Waite deck. This card is going to give us further clarification or confirmation of this reading. So let's see. I think it wants to be that one right there. If at any point your intuition is telling you, think you might know what that card is, do drop a comment in the comment section below. All right, Libra, let's take a look and see what we've got. So you're being represented this week, Libra, by the death card, which is not almost never an actual literal death. I mean, sometimes it is, but in this case, for sure, because it's representing you, this represents a death of a dying away of your old life, your old ways, you are going through such transformation right now. This is what death is, transformation. This is the transformation card, and you are going through major transformation. How you go through it and where you end up at the end of it all depends on how you look at it, which is signified by the different people in the card and how they're looking at death and approaching death here. So that's something really important to remember. So this card representing you means you are in a phase of major transformation right now, Libra. You're being crossed by your challenge, obstacle, or awareness by this Four of Swords. So I noticed that the rest of your reading is all either Major Arcana or Pentacles. You only got a couple swords. That's your immediate past, and then this Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of quiet contemplation. It's silence. It's not communicating. It's taking a break, and this is a perfect time to do it with Uranus and all these things that are happening and planets going into retrograde. It is a time to stop and think and contemplate things in gratitude right now. And so that's something for you to be aware of. That's what you should be doing right now this week, especially when we see this devil that you're stepping into, hanged man in your crown. Excuse me. You're coming out of that, you're bringing with you as part of you, who you are, your subconscious tool shed, is this beautiful Six of Pentacles card. So this is financial success. This is doing well with your health and wealth and finances, so well that you're able to give back and help others. You're starting to be able to give back and help others. And so this is something that you're bringing with you. This ability, or having done this, or you've reached this point, which is wonderful. You have to get to this point to start reaping greater rewards yourself. So that's really beautiful that you're bringing that with you. And it's going to be important to remember, as you're feeling this week, like this Five of Pentacles, you're going to feel like you've stepped backward in terms of your finances and things. Don't worry. You're not alone. You're just feeling this way this week. So you've got this Six of Pentacles. You're stepping out of in your immediate past here, Halloween, beginning of November. And it may be due to things that came to light, that you learned, that have happened, that you weren't, with the end of October, beginning of November, we had a lot of Tower cards. I'm trying to remember back to our readings. The Tower, a lot of things kind of shaking our world up, which may have caused this situation of anxiety. This is our card of anxiety. Lots of troubled thoughts, sleepless nights, because your thoughts are just troubling you so much. So Libra, you've recently come out of this, like stressing over a lot of things, a lot of thoughts going through your head and thinking about, things that are going on or things that you've learned recently. Okay, you're stepping right out of that anxiety, which is probably why you're being crossed as your challenge now by this contemplation card, quiet contemplation, and thinking about all the wisdom you've gained, all that you've learned recently. You're being crowned by this Hanged Man, this beautiful Major Arcana. It's our 12th Major Arcana. It has to do with, again, taking a break, taking a time out, which is also the Four of Swords, taking a time out to contemplate things from different perspectives, a way you didn't ever look at things before. This is crowning you. So this is in your ideal. This is how you want to be. This is what you want to strive to do as you're taking this rest and time out and thinking about things. You need to consider new perspectives and different perspectives. You're going to be stepping into, in the immediate future, this Devil card, mid-November. So Devil is old habits, it's addictions, it's anything that pulls you off your right and true path. So all those time wasters, all those, anything that sucks your time, sucks your focus. It can be addictive relationships. So we're going to have a lot of these things resurfacing with the full moon in Taurus and the other things that I've mentioned. These things are going to come back up. And I think this is the devil we're talking about. You're going to be re-examining. Super important to remember that we have complete power over the devil card. Their chains are very loose. This is also a card of the false thought that you are powerless, false powerlessness. It's a learned helplessness is what it is. And so it's important to remember that you have control over that devil that you're going to be looking at. Things coming back up, maybe tempting you to fall back into old ways, and you don't want to go there. You don't want to go back. So you're feeling in your environment this week a little bit like the Five of Pentacles. Fives are always a card of feeling unsettled, a little off-put, off balance, loss, or focusing on loss. And this is a card of feeling left out in the cold. You're walking out in the snow. Maybe you feel like other people have been recognizing you weren't. Something along those lines. Super important to remember, you've got company. You're not alone. You are not left out in the cold, even though you might be feeling that way. Because your environment's going to hand you this Knight of Pentacles, some sort of message around opportunities. You're going to be getting handed opportunities this week that you're going to be thinking hard on. You're going to be really considering them. Be careful. You've got the devil in your future too. So I don't know how that combines with these opportunities coming in. Your hopes are it's in your hopes and fears section, but I believe certainly it's a hope for you to want to channel this High Priestess, our second major arcana. She is all knowing. Maybe you're worried and feeling like you don't know the right thing. And so you're hoping for intuition, to be able to trust your intuition. And she is pure intuition. She's all knowing. There are no secrets from the High Priestess. She's totally in tune and in touch with her intuition. So I feel like that's what you're hoping for, to be in tune with that intuition of yours as you're taking this Hanged Man position. And your final potential outcome is this Chariot, seventh major arcana, pressing forward, balancing all those things that you've learned to make steady forward progress toward your final goals. That's a beautiful, beautiful final outcome. Charging on, pressing on. So I wonder what our confirmation card could be. Another major arcana about pressing forward, something about not being discouraged, something about not succumbing to old ways, figuring out, you're really calling into question those things that you value. So that's why you're hoping for this High Priestess. So another card having to do with trusting your intuition, perhaps. Let us see. We've got a Four of Wands. So stable, steady home life. So you're crossed by a four, the Four of Swords, and you got a Four of Wands. I think this is your week that you're going to be staying home. You're going to be focused on your stable home, nurturing that while you're thinking and contemplating this offer, these things that have come into your life, and avoiding that devil in your life, that devil card. I think is what you're going to, how you're going to be going about things this week, Libra. All right, great reading. I really hope to see you back next week. If you enjoyed this reading, if you're still watching and getting something, please hit that thumbs up like button. I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. This month, I am giving free memberships to my first 500 subscribers. I need 500 to open my membership section. So those first 500 will get a free membership where you get all the extended reads and all the other bonus things absolutely free. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week, Libra.